Hey everyone, welcome back to the tutorial. This part we are gonna color Optimus Prime. Yeah. So we are finally done with all the details and we can color it. Up to this stage, everything has been done in the grayscale color space, so I needed to convert it back to RGB color space. So I just had to go to, I think it's image and the mode, and you can see me do it here, image RGB color, and click on dome flatten. Yep, and then what I did was to colorize it, Control U and check colorize, and colorized it to blue, and I created another layer and colorized it to some turquoise color, and then I erased accordingly, to get some hue variation from the blue to green. And then I made some purple. I duplicated it and made it purple also to have some purple tint at the bottom half of it's like the underlight, and it hits a little bit of the background. Yeah, so I think I was just trying to get a general mood of this painting, although I think the purple is a little bit too strong here. I will tone it down later, you will see in the video. So after this is done, I just hid it away and started doing the local color for the paint job on the Optimus Prime. Yeah, so I think I'm creating the new layer and I'm painting his I set the layer mode to color. Oh yeah, for all the layers I set it to color to colorize this black and white piece so far. And then I chose a blue color and just color the parts that are supposed to be blue. Yeah, Optimus Prime has is mainly blue, and then he has some red swervy designs on him, so you'll see me do that later. The blue here is a little bit too saturated, and so here's me. I lowered the saturation level of it, and got a low saturation level red color, and painted the swervy designs in. More red lines, and I wanted to get remember his chest is has some damage to it. There are some sparks that are gonna come out, so I added some orange hue. In fact, I think I wanted orange hue to come from the bottom of the painting. So for all the mechanical parts, it's more inclined to the warm side. And his head is of course blue. His eyes is giving off a blue glow. Okay, you can see me applying a slight tint of orange across the arms. I mean the hands and all the so-called grey mechanical parts. To not leave them black and white, because they are affected by some kind of environmental light, which I intend it to be kind of orangey warmish from the bottom of the painting. Yeah, and the top will be cool. It's like contrast colors, right? Like so I'm going into, let's see, what am I doing here? Adding some more touches of orange. So I just brought the background I was doing earlier back into context of this painting, and trying to see if I can tweak it to something I like. And I think it was a bit too, this is I changed the bottom half of it to blue, because I'm trying to experiment with blue tint coming from below in the background. I eventually added orange to it, because I think it's too much of a monochrome painting. It needed additional level of tension in terms of its hue. So I think in this part I'll get some orange paint and just paint in some of the orange highlights. So because the entire composition is largely in blue color, so I thought I should give some orange highlights to balance out the image. Yeah, because blue and orange is the contrasting colors. Yeah, so I'm trying to balance out the intensity of this color layer, I think. Yep, so zooming in to add some detail, I guess. Yeah, some highlights and some so more form definition. So there's some of the arm metal plates. Just trying to clean up all these areas that are a little bit too ambiguous. So sometimes like it's not always good to clean up too tightly because when it's too dense or has too much detail, it tends to take the focus away from the other things that are actually more important in the painting. Yeah, so more highlights, rim lights for the shoulder blade stuff. And yeah, so if just because I'm quite zoomed in here, I just run through the entire painting and see whatever is too suggestive, too rough, like this area here. It was too loose for a form definition, so I added some more opaque paint to tighten up the form. Yeah, once again revisiting the head area, the eyes. The eyes are especially important. Yeah, so all the areas around the eyes. So the painting is more or less done. I'm doing some color balance work here, lifting the values, because whenever I push the shadow blues a little bit too much to the blues, it gets a little bit dark. So yeah, just jumping back and forth. So now I'm tightening again after the color balance. So this process is always like that. You do something that pops out to you as a mistake the most. Like I'm doing some color balance now, and after I'm done with that, I see that there's some form that's not defined, and then go in and touch up those stuff, and then hey, the color is off again. And yeah, so it's a little bit of back and forth. So yeah, I hope this tutorial hasn't been too boring so far. I don't have a very entertaining voice. My voice is quite boring, so yeah, I hope it's helps some of you out there. So what am I doing here? Tightening and tightening. So yeah, I'm running through all the painting here. I'm painting in some scratches, like the scratches of the car when the car paint chips off, and they have the base paint. And so some additional detail I try to add in the mechanical areas. So I do this fan art paintings once in a while when I have some idea to do, because sometimes I don't know what I should do. I mean, I love to do all these paintings, but sometimes I have no idea what I should paint. So maybe you guys can give me some comments, and I can maybe paint something and record it and share with you guys. Now tackling the hip area. So all these areas are not the most important areas. So, but it still has to be kind of tightened. I'm adding some cable rope like texture to the pipe there. So yeah, it's a bit too loose in the chest area, so I think I had to tighten it up sometime later into the video. So like I mentioned earlier, the movie had some background elements. There are some lights going on behind, but because it's still the background, so I didn't pay too much attention to it. Yeah. So now for this part, I brought in some photo textures. So I got some camera dust going on and dropped its opacity, and delete all those stuff that I don't need. So yeah, some sparks off his the damaged area in his chest. And just Control T and just pulling it around to kind of give it the dynamic feel. So Control, after you press the free transform, you have the warping options. You saw me use it there. It's kind of like a lattice, and then you can push it to the shape you want. And after applying those sparks, I realized that maybe this area that you can currently see me painting is too loose, so I added some orange paint and red paint to define these areas. Yeah, so in the movie poster, it has secondary damage this area, so I tried to add that in. Just painted some hot yellow value and blurred it out, and then I think, yeah, and then change the blending mode to what's it called? I think it's add, linear add. Yeah, and it will give this glow effect. So I think I had to shift the damage area to the lower right because it was too near the main one. Yeah, so I just wanted to separate it a little bit. Yep. So because it's a light source, so I had to paint some of the bounce lights that affect the area around it. Yeah, so I'm just using the lasso tool to select some areas and transform it to vary the sparks. The pattern of the sparks, they shouldn't be too much of a copy and paste job. Yeah, so besides the very tight glow I had, I also duplicated the glow area and did a larger blur radius, so that it has a omni kind of like effect that affects the entire area around it. So the areas all around this glow can have the orange hue as well. Yeah, so I needed more definition in the chest area, so I had to paint some rough stuff in. It's really rough, it will all be hidden by all the effects later. And just adding in all the glow. Yeah, so this is a sped up video, so I think there are some techniques that I use that may have flashed by too fast, so if you guys have any questions, you can just leave them in the comments below, or just drop me a personal message or something like that, and I'll try to answer it. Yeah, so let's see what's going on here. So yeah, more, because I was trying to paint something like melted metal, because it's really hot in that area. So yeah, so yeah, so this is I mentioned earlier that I wanted the bottom of the painting to have kind of like a warm feeling to it, because the entire painting is moving too much to the cool side. So yeah, so I just added some fog that's of a warmer tone, and then erase anything that I do not need. Yep. Yeah, so I'm experimenting with the effects now. You saw the Omni Glow, and this is the trying to check before and after, see how much I've progressed. Yeah. So what am I doing here? Trying to adjust the values. You can see the Omni Glow there. It's very subtle, but the orange affects the orange broad glow affects the neighboring regions around it. So it's kind of nice. I think I'm trying to achieve some of the sparks falling off the area, so I think I didn't keep much of this texture. I just blurred it out. Yeah, because it was too distracting. In these areas, I could use some smoke, and of course the foreground element shouldn't be affected by the smoke, so I just drew a lasso again to delete anything I do not need. So I'll do the same for the left side. Yeah, drew a lasso and removed whatever I don't need. So yeah, I think this painting is more or less done. Oh yeah, just it's all effects from now onwards. Just tightening up the important areas like the face, and on the face the most important areas most probably the eyes and some of the major identifiable features of Optimus Prime, because like the antennas and the head, the forehead piece. Yeah, so I think after all this is done, I had to add some lens flares to simulate kind of like that there's a camera going on. So we want it to be kind of like realistic. So to fake that, we put in some lens flares. It can suggest that this image was shot through the camera, so there's some lens going on and there will be lens flares, and also some camera dust and some dust that is kicked up in the environment. Yeah, so like for this kind of paintings, it would be good to add. This is I created a noise layer. Just added a color layer and just went to filter and added some noise, and I think I did multiply or something like that over the entire image to get some film grain. So it's the same thing. It's all to fake the effect that it was shot on some kind of like a camera. So we'll have some film grain going on, and this is me doing the lens flares. Basically I just painted a little bit of paint at the areas that I want to have the lens flare, and then I did a horizontal blur, like a motion blur in 0 degrees. And then for one of them I took it and tilted at a slight angle so it looks like a lens flare, and then the entire layer I put it on the linear add, so it will do this shiny kind of operation on the image. So the lens flare really works well for this kind of slick robots, but as a caution, is sometimes it's not good to overdo it, just in case it gets a little bit too fake. So yeah, I thought the lens flare could be a little bit more blue, so I added some blue tint to the lens flare. And yeah, sometimes close to the camera we can have this kind of bleeding light that enters the lens, so I just added that in, trying to find a place for it. This is with and without, and nothing much really changes. It's just additional stuff to sell the idea that this was shot on a camera. It's a real robot, but we all know it's fake. Yeah, so if you guys see me flipping the canvas left and right, it's because when we are painting at one of the orientation for too long, it's hard to spot mistakes. So if you flip it, and then the mistakes will immediately pop out to us. So yeah, I think that the painting is done at this stage. I'm just writing my name down and write the date. I think it's the date. Optimus Prime, and the date, and place it as a note at the bottom. Yep, so this tutorial has come to the end, and yeah, I'd love to see any one of you guys attempt your favorite, maybe Bumblebee or something like that. Yep, it's just some additional details. I just took a round brush and added some spots to fix some kicked up dust in the air. So I just did one, and then I duplicated sets of it to get some variation going on. And then I had the preserve transparency on and dropped some color that is relevant to the background into the dust, so that it doesn't stand out too much. And then I think I lowered its opacity and added some blur to it so it doesn't pop out too much. Yeah, so it's some dust. Yep, so the painting is done. So yeah, hope you enjoyed it. So if you have any feedback, suggestions or questions or comments, you can just leave them below and I'll read them. I'll definitely read them. So alright, see you guys in the next video. Bye.